These are two major headline-making events that make it seem as if progress is being made in the process to end the conflict here in Afghanistan. But the problem is there's so many unknowns, so much uncertainty surrounding these two events that we just don't know what the outcome is going to be at this point. But let's tell you more about what happened today. First off, early this morning in a event in Kabul, in a ceremony in Kabul, NATO forces transferring over the lead role for security to Afghan security forces. What this means is now for the next 18 months, NATO forces, U.S. forces will still be here, but only acting in a backup role, in a support role. It will be Afghan forces in the driver's seat, in charge. This is a process that started 2 years ago. Back in 2011, NATO forces started gradually handing over districts and pretty much safe areas in Afghanistan. The dangerous areas, the dangerous districts deep in the heart of the Taliban were left. Those districts finally transferred over today. The Afghan army has a lot of critics. Many say they're not ready to defend this country. Ready or not, they are now in charge, and they got a reminder of the challenges ahead with a suicide attack this morning in Kabul. The second big event today, President Karzai's office announcing that he is allowing the Taliban to open up an office in Qatar. That's where the two sides plan on holding peace talks. President Karzai announcing that at some point he's going to send a delegation over there, and that process is going to move forward. But still a lot of unknowns with both these events and how they're going to unfold. Christy?
Yeah, a lot of unknowns. And you just mentioned the lingering question about troop readiness. And as the Afghan government officially takes over its own security, I mean, just tell us about what the troops are up against, the level of violence, the level of insecurity across the country.
Just take today. There was a suicide attack in the heart of Kabul today. 1 week ago today in front of the Supreme Court, again in the heart of Kabul, a suicide attack killed 17 people. A day before that event, an attack in the main airport. So the insurgency is active, still aggressive. The Afghan National Army has its work cut out for it. Many coalition officials and Afghan officials say they've improved. They've made leaps and bounds over the years. But critics say this is an army that didn't exist 6 and 7 years ago. It's impossible to effectively train them in a short amount of time. They say they're not ready. But again, there's no option. They're leading the charge right now, and there's so much riding when it comes to what's at stake for NATO and Washington and the people of Afghanistan.